Hello, wealthy family. Welcome to today's video. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, coming to you with another banger. Listen, I have been in sync with the universe step by step by step. I absolutely love it. Remember on Monday on 11/11 when I told y'all I was going to go test drive my car, my dream car? I went just to test drive it. I didn't want to pull the trigger, but I wanted that imagery of me getting in the car, playing with the digits. You know, I took pictures, I took video of me holding the keys so I can envision it, right? So it's easier for me to imagine it. So I know it's not with it too far out my reach, right? So why yesterday my phone rang and I wasn't gonna answer it because we get these spam calls, but it was my personal number. It was my personal line, and the number seemed, you know, something was like, answer it. So I answered it, and I was like, hello. They're like, hi, somebody with a Spanish accent. Hi, is this Chanel? And I'm like, who is this? How can I help you? So they were like, yeah, this is so-and-so from the dealership. And I was like, oh, shit, right? It wasn't the person that helped me, but it was like their supervisor. They were like, we just wanted to follow up and see what was going on. And then I looked down at my phone because I was at the park with my son, so I just answered that. I didn't really look. I looked down at my phone, and it was 11:11. Why the universe is like, girl, come on, quit playing, okay? Quit playing. I love that. And that was just one of the things. But the reason why we're going to have this video today, right? Why you don't need to struggle in order to have success is because I've mentioned before, I'm part of Minister Jew's Ambassadors of Light membership. And I was listening to one of his throwbacks, and then the same scripture he was breaking down, I heard Olivia Grace from Master Manifestors. She kind of spoke about it from Neville Goddard. And I was like, no. And it was a scripture about Lot's wife turning into a pillar of salt, right? How they were fleeing from wherever they were living because it was destruction or something. And God told her not to look back, and she stopped and she looked back and she turned into a pillar of salt instantly. And salt was used, right, to preserve things. And basically the metaphor of that scripture is, don't stop looking behind you, stop looking in your past, stop preserving that energy, right? And it reminded me of a video that I did a few years ago. It may have been like in 2021. I think I was pregnant and still not telling y'all, right? So I think it was there because I remember, hold on a second. I hear chickens and dogs. Hold on. All right, y'all. Yeah, so I remember, right? It was back in 2021. But anyway, I remember sharing that because I was coming fresh off the heels. One second. Whew, okay, sorry about that. So I was saying, I remember a few years ago, so I was coming off the height of my financial career. I was in finances before this channel, and I remember bringing my story, right? Because when I talk to clients, I wanted to share my story in a relatable way, but I didn't want to focus too much on the struggle. And my mentor was always like, tell your story, a little bit of the things you had to go through, but you want to focus more on your breakthrough. So it's what we called it, our 2-minute story, and 30 seconds of that should just be like the struggle, what you overcame, and then 60 seconds of that is the good things that you have going on, and then the other 30 seconds should be like hope, right? And I was always like, why are you minimizing this? Because people relate to the pain. I'm from Miami. I got to let them know. I got to keep it real. You know, I got to let them know that I didn't graduate high school, that I was a teenage mom, that I grew up in a strict religious home from a single mother. I didn't have a car. I spent nights in jail. I was homeless. I was this. And it wasn't until like after I was out of finances and I was working more in my spiritual, I was working more in my spirit, that I realized why you don't want to focus on the struggle. And now I'm like, I don't even have to struggle. Like everything comes to me with ease, okay? The goddess doesn't struggle. The goddess doesn't have to go through the pain and the agony. Like I've already been that. I've already gone through it. My soul has already experienced it. I have transcended it. Now everything comes with ease. As a matter of fact, the least I do, the more I get, right? Not to say that it absolves me from doing any work, but I don't have to work hard in order to play hard. I don't have to work hard in order to see the most results. Things can just flow to me with ease, especially when I'm in a flow state. When I allow myself to play with the universe and just be happy and go with the flow, things happen for me a lot easier, right? Things happen for me in a way that make me feel, so much better, so much lighter. So I'm sharing this with you all to say this. Stop regurgitating your pain. Stop living in a constant state of PTSD, okay? Of post-traumatic stress disorder, post-traumatic slave disorder, whatever it is you want to go, whatever acronym or words you want to use, okay? You no longer are bound by the old way of how things were done, okay? If 2024 thus far has shown us anything, is that anything can freaking happen. Anything can freaking happen. And the old way of doing things wasn't working. So it's on us to do what we got to do to survive, right? Shout out to Pop. But in all seriousness, you don't have to keep going through the same things. You don't have to keep preserving that same struggle. If you're trying to experience new things in your life, if you keep bringing up the old, you will be stuck in that same old rut. You will continue in the same cycle. It may look a little bit different, right? The scenery may have changed depending how often you loop around, but it's the same thing over and over and over and over, right? That's why when certain problems come up or certain struggles, you're like, I've been through this before. I know how to handle this. I know what I need to do. It's okay. It's okay. I got this. I got this, y'all. Y'all don't worry about it. I know what to do. I've been in this conundrum before, right? Why is that? It's because you keep repeating the same stories to yourself, so you keep going through the same things. Now, when you start saying different storylines to yourself, right? The more I'm in the flow, the easier my life is. The less that I do, the more that I experience. The universe is always conspiring in my favor. And you really feel that because you can say that and then that voice will be like, no, it's not. That's not right. Right? That old paradigm try to gnaw at you. The best way on how to quiet that down and shut that down is one, looking at the evidence of how things come to you in ease. Yesterday, people can look at that phone call and be like, whatever, it's just a phone call and you just happen to look down. They happen to call you at 11:11, right? Or they can say, oh, I was, that was a sign of alignment, of synchronicity. It's the universe letting me know you walked through that portal through that great way. Good job, right? You can say, I've been wanting to have more time in order to pursue my hobbies or spend time with my family. And then your job is like, yeah, we're going to have to let you go. And then you throw a fit because now how am I going to pay my bills? And then because you throw a fit and flip the desk and cuss out the boss, now you don't give yourself any room to negotiate, to ask for a letter of recommendation or anything of that nature. You just shot yourself in the foot. Now you're back in another rut, right? It's okay. I've been fired before. I don't need y'all shit. Whatever. I knew this was coming. Or you can say, okay, well, you all are letting me go or you're decreasing my hours. Do I get severance pay? Is there a severance package? Me getting fired without any notice? Is there XYZ? Are you paying up my vacation, my PTO, my sick time? I've been with this company for X amount of days, right? Or it could just be as simple as, can you give me a letter of recommendation to another company or whatever else the case may be? But a lot of times you run hot in situations that are unexpected and you make emotional decisions and it cuts you off from moving and forging a new path and it keeps you on the same rut. It's all about how you perceive things, how you recognize things, how you accepting these things, how are you seeing these things play out for you, right? What is it that you're telling yourself What storyline are you telling yourself? What paradigm are you keeping yourself attached to? If you believe in God or in the universe or in your spirit team or your ancestors, if you believe in a higher source always working with you and always protecting you, what the hell are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Move without fear. Move like nothing can stop you ever. Just start doing that, right? People would have been like, you're driving an hour and a half just to go test drive a car. You know how much gas and how much time and how much did it and how much. No. First of all, I have nothing but time, okay? I am the master of my own time. Second of all, it was an investment. It wasn't a waste. I invested because now when I get this car at the price that I want from the place that I want it at with the package that I want, now you're not going to see it as a waste. Right? But it's all about your story. It's all about what you're telling yourself, right? What are you feeding yourself? What new experiences are you allowing yourself to feel through? How are you training your imagination? That movie, How to Train Your Dragon, such a good movie. Y'all go watch that. You know what the dragon is? Your energy. That's what it is, right? Make it a movie night with the kids, if you have. If not, then be a kid yourself. Entertain your inner child, because your inner child and your ego are best friends, and they are going to send the loudest signals they can to your mind, because your mind tries to protect you. So if you're letting your ego and your inner child control your mind and what you have going on and what you think, you're going to keep moving from that same standpoint. And that's why sometimes people are like, oh, you're so childish. Sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes not so good, right? It's just dependent on how mature you are, right? So that is that, wealthy family. I love you all. I appreciate you all. If you all are on my Angel Oracles channel, be sure to check out the new video that I posted for the full moon in Taurus. If you're on my website, I will be setting on a blog. I don't know. I'm going to try to make it today. If not, because I still have to edit it. I typed it up, but I have to go through like all my typos. That'll be out either today or tomorrow. But yes, wealthy family, I love you all. Make sure you get your tickets for Catapult Your Energy in the 2025, featuring my guest speakers, Yali Giovanni from Balance and Beyond Yoga Studio, Akasha Alien Black Girl, Malcolm X Bowser from Urban X TV, and Blue Pillar, the 44 God. We are bringing you some heavy information. That link is going to be down below in the description. And if you have made it thus far, put some money emojis, right? It's Jupiter. Put some money emojis in the comment, and I'll give you an affirmation, an intuitive affirmation, something from spirit for you. But I love you all. I appreciate you all. I rock out with all of you, each and every single one of you. I feel you in my hearts of hearts. Until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.